All right, man. I gotta get me a bigger table, man.
Earlier this year, Tory Lanez's legal team claimed they found the evidence needed to get him out of prison, demanding that the California courts revoke Tory's conviction as they could prove his innocence. They held a press conference and promised Tory would be free soon, revealing they had already filed an appeal and were preparing to file a motion that would allow them.
It's crazy that all that evidence didn't mean nothing. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how you know it all be connections and nepotism and who you know and secret order bullshit, bro. Backdoor shit. Cause how I got evidence proving that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't do what I do and I'm not free out of jail. That's your justice system.
To introduce new evidence. This press conference went viral as his legal team seemed so confident in their evidence. When people saw this, they were hoping the truth would finally be revealed. But then, months later, there was only bad news for Tory. Sadly, back in August, Tory's legal motion to introduce new evidence was rejected by the courts. This was a massive blow to Tory's defense, but there was still hope as Tory's initial appeal was still pending. But sadly, just a few days back, Tory got more terrible news as his appeal was sadly rejected, ending his fight for freedom. Now, he must finish the remainder of his 10-year sentence for a crime he swears he never committed. But after looking into why this appeal was rejected, it quickly became apparent that the judge seems to have made up his mind before even listening to the reasons for his appeal, making it seem more obvious than ever that there's a conspiracy behind Tory's takedown. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking.
Here's my only thing about Tory Lanez. I don't feel bad for niggas like Tory Lanez because you enjoyed your fruits you enjoyed all your fruits of the industry. You reap the fruits of the industry. You fucking Megan, you with you with the white girl, you with the black girl. You got two of the biggest like celebrity entertainers. You had all these parties. You having fun. You had a long run. Then you trying to act like you gonna expose the industry. You should have enough knowledge to know, hey, if I sign a contract with these people and they give me money, I can't go talking shit about them. That's like, it's different with content, bro. But like, my nigga, bro, you can't just take something from somebody and then badmouth their ass. I don't give a fuck what. See, we gonna talk about this weird industry because we not in it. We looking at this shit from the outside looking in. And this type of content wouldn't exist though if we didn't have people leaking this shit. But from the inside. But Tory Lanez, you signed a major record label deal. Then you went on live and tried to bash them like they won't get you clapped. And I guarantee you niggas like Tory Lanez seen B.O.B. outburst when B.O.B. woke up. So it's like you niggas trying to run in the internet to speak your mind, and niggas just gonna watch you get cooked. Cause we know what this is about. That's about him finessing that Rock Nation deal. They don't play about their money. So guess what? Jay-Z is investing into the private prisons. We gonna get it in one way.
Talking about Tory Lanez's appeal being rejected. Why exactly did they choose to reject it? And we will also get into Tory's last possible opportunity for freedom. Let's get right into it. For the last few years, the world has watched as Tory Lanez fought for his life. Since day one, he declared his innocence and promised the world he didn't shoot Meg, promising that he would beat this case because he truly didn't do it. However, when it came to the trial, things didn't go as he had hoped for. It seemed like it was all over when in December 2022, he was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in a California prison. His supporters were devastated as they felt Tory was truly innocent, something that even after he was found guilty, he continued to insist was true. The whole time Tory was serving his sentence, he was vocal about proving his innocence and getting out of prison.
Right.
But it wasn't until a few months after his conviction that his legal team started fighting back. Tory Lanez's legal team filed an appeal of his conviction around March 29, 2023, a few months after he was found guilty in December. His legal team argued that he deserved a new trial due to the first trial being riddled with errors. His lawyers argued that the trial judge should have not allowed certain evidence.
Bro, if y'all watch the footage of Megan Thee Stallion that got released and she was talking to that cop, bro, that shit was like, wow. If that footage would have released around the time she was saying, oh, he shot me, and I still protected him because I know the police are killing black men. Like, oh my god, that shit was just so lame. She's so lame for that shit. I hope she getting so much spiritual karma for that shit, bro. I know she is, because these celebrities get spiritual karma anyway. But I hope her in particular, bro. You know, I ain't gonna hope nothing for her, bro. I'm not a voodoo priestess. I'm not trying to do no rituals on nobody. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, because she living her life. She with Klay Thompson and shit, draining another nigga seed. Yo, this life crazy, bro. Nigga dip on you. A nigga fuck your life up and then dip on you and go live their best life. Like, and niggas be talking about, oh, life is not fair. Life, it's nothing about life that's fair, bro. It's not even a woman and man thing. Like, in
front of the jury, such as questions posed to Megan Thee Stallion during her testimony. They also argued against the discussion of Lane's tattoos and an audio recording of Kelsey, who was a key witness in a prior interview. His defense team also argued that the prosecution presented misleading DNA evidence. They argued that Tory's DNA was not found on the gun and that the inconclusive findings on the weapon itself should have been presented differently to create reasonable doubt. His team also alleged that the prosecutors engaged in misconduct and that the jury was improperly instructed on the charges, also claiming that his right to testify in his own defense was unfairly discouraged by the prospect that his song lyrics and other potentially damaging evidence might be used against him during cross-examination. From all angles, it looked like Tory had strong valid reasons to be granted an appeal. He showed proof that the prosecution was operating in bad faith, meeting with one of Tory's key witnesses and making him flip on him. The whole DNA evidence was also debunked, with the actual DNA reports claiming it was inconclusive when in reality, it was not found on the weapon. By all means, it seemed Tory had a good shot for an appeal. This only got stronger when in May 2025, Lane's legal team and advocates held a press conference to present a new statement from Kelsey Harris's bodyguard, claiming he heard her admit to shooting Megan Thee Stallion herself. And in July 2025, the statement from the bodyguard was officially submitted to the court as part of the habeas corpus petition. Now all Tory had to do was wait until the courts made up their minds. Many of Tory's supporters and people who just believed in a fair trial hoped that at minimum, this would lead to a new trial, but it wouldn't take long for the bad news to start rolling in. Just 1 month later, on August 12, 2025, the California Courts of Appeals denied the two petitions for a new evidentiary hearing or a new trial, ruling the claim did not qualify for the habeas relief. The court found the new evidence was not credible or did not support a claim of actual innocence, and the arguments could not have been raised during the initial trial or appeal. The court specifically stated that Lane's claims about new DNA testing on the gun were inconclusive and wouldn't change the outcome, and that evidence from witnesses like his driver Jaquan Smith was inadmissible because he wasn't called to testify at trial. Just like that, Tory's attempt to add what I and many believe was evidence that was credible and valuable to the trial was completely rejected. While this was a disappointment, it wasn't the end for Tory's fight for freedom.
I'll be rolling up because when I get home, I do a reaction. So when I get off work and get home, I roll up. So I'm like, I might as well just do a reaction while I'm rolling up before I smoke. But I be sober when most of the time when I make my videos. Sober, whatever that means, right? I'm a controversial type of person. Like, what's that word called? Bro, I'm yapping, bro. Holy shit. I meant to say contradiction.
As even though this was rejected, he still had
but you can't chief on camera on YouTube, so that's why.
initial appeal pending. But sadly, just a few days back, Tory got the news that his first appeal was unfortunately rejected. On November 12, 2025, Tory Lanez's appeal was rejected because a California appellate court found no prejudicial error in the original trial and determined that there was sufficient evidence to support the jury's guilty verdict. The court ruled that any minor mistakes made during the trial would have not changed the outcome. The judge rejected all of Tory's legal team's points for an appeal. For example, Lane's lawyers argued that the original judge should have not allowed certain evidence, such as specific witness testimonies, an Instagram post, or references to his tattoos to be presented to the jury, as it would lead to a tainted jury pool. The appeals court dismissed these claims, with judges finding that even if there were minor errors in admitting the evidence, they were harmless and did not impact the verdict. Now, this is insane when you think about it. The judges are pretty much saying that the truth doesn't matter, saying that even if the prosecution had followed the judicial rules,
we don't care. We already proved that Tory Lanez is guilty. Didn't he have a black woman too on his case, like a black judge or something, like a black woman that was like us. I know it was a big woman like cesspool situation. I know that's what the situation was with this for sure. I remember people was talking about that. Hey, bitch might wake up on her period, nigga, atom bomb. Boom! Did I seen a video of a bunch of old white ladies? They was even saying a woman ain't fit to rule people. I don't feel like a man or a woman is fit to rule people. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to dictate my life? It should be a whole community of people that flow in a system. Systems is the only thing that really work. And systems come from trial and error. It don't come from just one man writing down the system, because it's going to keep getting edited and revised, and different people from different walks of life and different skill sets come together to build this system. I ain't gonna lie, right about now, I'll be ready to end the video, because it'd be like, what else are they talking about? They talking about shit. Oh, I do want to show y'all this though. When Megan was in the look how capped out she is, bro. I'm just gonna let the rest.
The judge is literally saying the prosecution would have won even if they didn't cheat. But shouldn't the fact that the prosecution cheated be enough reason for Tory to get a new fair trial? According to the judge, it doesn't matter that they cheated because he believes Tory would have been found guilty no matter what. Tory's lawyers also brought up that the jury was not given the correct instructions regarding the charges before considering their verdict. But the appeals court
how you feel, bro? Run my case, bro. What you talking about,
also rejected this argument. When Tory's lawyers argued that there was not enough evidence to prove Lanez was the shooter, the appeals court once again disagreed, noting that Megan Thee Stallion's testimony was more than sufficient to support the jury's finding that Lanez personally inflicted great bodily injury. Think about that. The judge literally said it doesn't matter that there's no DNA proof to prove Tory shot Meg, as according to the judge, Tory did it because Megan said so. He doesn't need any concrete DNA proof. Megan's word is good enough. When Tory's defense brought up the sentence he got for the crime, calling it excessive, the judge also denied this, stating that Tory deserved the 10 years. In my opinion, I don't think Tory ever had a fair chance at winning this appeal. I believe those judges were already convinced to keep him locked up, not because they know he's guilty, but because of those who are behind Tory's takedown. This is why they rejected all this evidence without giving it a fair chance. Tory deserved a second trial, where things were done right. We are talking about 10 years of a person's life here. There should be no room for errors, whether small or big. The fact that the appeals court realized there was an error and claimed they're too small to alter the trial shows a bias in my opinion. We all know by this point that Roc Nation likely has a hand in all of this. Considering there have been signs that Roc Nation has judges in their back pockets, I can't say I'm shocked about any of this. Ever since they got Tory Lanez locked up, Roc Nation and Meg have been working hard to change the narrative. They know they did a bad job by hiding their role in all of this. You can find their fingerprints all over the situation. That's why since it happened, Megan and Roc Nation have been trying to rewrite the narrative. Megan knows people see through her lies and no longer support her.
They have ran like 5 different stories on what happened with Megan, bro. There have been like 5 different documentaries. Nobody even paid attention to that shit no more, because we just know she a cap ass bitch. A cap ass bitch. And y'all be careful with these women wearing this makeup like this, bro. I just seen a man, woman with that makeup on, like, hey, but she looked like that, but he looked like that, but he want my hum. You want you a baddie, huh? With the makeup, the eyelash, you want you a baddie with that weave, and you off that shot or two in the club, off that a cool, you dozing off, can't really see. You gonna let her shake that ass when you take her home, huh? Now you getting a case by a hum. Yo, this shit gets wild out here, bro. Let me think about how many women fuck with niggas like that, or women do. I don't. Let me stop.
Because of it. So Megan went after everyone who was exposing her, all to try to silence her critics. She has targeted small bloggers accusing them of working for Tory, claiming they were paid to throw dirt on her name and make Tory appear innocent. She ended up suing the small blogger Milagro in an attempt to silence her. She also went after media personality academics who didn't believe Tory shot her either. Now she is trying to force him to say Tory is guilty using the courts, forcing academics to attend a deposition where they attempted to corner him, trying to intimidate him to give up his source that provided him with the information about the trial. Recently, Megan even went online and claimed that everyone who was talking negatively about her is a paid bot, telling her last remaining fans that all the hate is fake, when in reality, it's all too real. It seems that Megan hasn't realized that by digging Tory's grave, she dug her own grave too. Exactly. While yes, she managed to get Tory arrested and possibly ended his music career, she did the same thing to herself, as most of her fans turned on her.
But Rock Nation don't care. They'll knock your ass down just to get what they want out the way. These corporations don't care, bro. Oh well, your collateral damage. Oh well, your collateral damage. Megan, your collateral damage. Collat, boom. Y'all remember we used to play the game? Oh, just got a collat, boom. Wall bang, bam.